Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 4th. We're just going to shuffle one more time, and then we're going to jump right in here. You start off with this abundance card and this stillness card. We are going to do past, present, future outcome for this reading, but you have the Four of Wands, the Death card, and the World. So there could be an achievement that you've been waiting for. I feel like this is something you've been waiting for. You know, you have that stillness card. And I feel it feels like things have been still. Things have not been progressing as quickly as you want. I'm also getting here that I think you need to be careful of like saying I will do this when, that type of energy. It's like if you're waiting for something to change before you start working on that business, writing that book, getting into that relationship, like whatever it is, I feel like you're going to miss out. So I feel like this reading is kind of saying, don't miss out on something because you're waiting for conditions to be perfect. That's never going to happen. So, definitely something to think about here, Cancer. But you have the, again, Four Wands, Death card in the World. So there's definitely a completion to something. All three of these cards represent completion. I mean, the Four Wands can be like the completion of a project or, of course it is a card of marriage, but that's not the only thing that it represents. It can represent, completion, ending a project, getting to the next stage. It's also the card of freedom in the tarot as well. You have the Death card, which is completion and ending a death. And you have the World, which is the last card in the major arcana. And we go from the World, we just start all over again as the Fool. And that is the Fool's journey. So again, there's some sort of abundance that's coming in because you're completing something in your life. And I feel like you've been waiting for something to be complete. I also feel like there's like another, I feel like there is another part of your journey. And, it's like so weird. It's like, there are certain, it's the way I'm seeing this in my head. It's very confusing, but it's not. It's almost like the universe, this is why you shouldn't wait, okay? Right here, is why you shouldn't wait to do something. It's almost like the universe has certain like things that you have to accomplish for your life to add up to like one big picture, right? And I feel like if you're like saying, oh, I'll get love when, when I get, I'll get love when I get money. I feel like the universe is saying like, no, you need to have love, then you will get money. If that makes sense. It's almost like if I were to give you a number, it's like, let's say you're at like a 7 and you want to be at a 10. It's like to be a 10, to get up to that 10 level, it's like there are certain requirements that the universe says, and again, I'm speaking, this is very general, right? I'm not saying this is, 100% accurate, but it's almost like saying, if there's something you want, just go for it, get it, because it's going to bring you up to that level where you can be abundant, where you can have the things you want. So I hope that what I just said makes sense. But, I feel that it's like it's saying, don't try to do things backwards. Maybe that's how the universe sees it for you, is that you're trying to, say like, oh, I'm going to do it in this order. But if you were to like go with the flow, I feel like then you would have better, you would have more abundance or whatever. Again, you have this Four of Wands here. Four of Wands is a card of freedom. I would focus on things that make you feel free. Anything that brings in happiness and joy. I also feel like you could be making things a little bit harder than they need to be with the Ten of Wands. The good news is we go to the Queen of Swords, to the Eight of Cups over here. And so that really tells me that you see things clearly. That tells me that you see the things that need to be released. It's like you see the things that are heavy, that are burdens, right? And you even have the Death card, which, this could be you releasing burdens or kind of like letting go of things that have been holding you back for a very long period of time. You could also be releasing old beliefs or certain beliefs that have been holding you back as well. You also have the World, so definitely like some sort of accomplishment or success coming in for you at this time. I also feel things are kind of coming full circle in your life, especially if you don't wait. Again, if you have conditions on something, I feel if you just get started, the universe will move out of the way. So it's like, if you're saying, oh, I'll start this business when my kids leave home or something like that. I feel like if you would just get started right now, then, everything would fall into place, right? And maybe you'd get those kids out sooner. So let's see. With the Four of Wands, you have the Sun. Definitely a lot of happiness coming in for you and joy. I see a lot of happiness. If you want love, by the way, definitely a very good love connection here somewhere. So you have a lot of I think you have options in love is what I'm trying to spit out. So some of you could have a lot of options. It could be a water sign, fire, pretty much anything. With the Death card, you have the Judgment card. Judgment is about waking up to your purpose or waking up to what you're supposed to be doing, but it also says, there are people in coffins on the Judgment card, and they have to, step out of those coffins. The coffin is their old life, in outside the coffin is their new life. So it's like something has to be completed here for you to have abundance. With the world, you have two cards that you have the 8 and the 9 of wands. 8 of wands is quick success. 9 of wands is like, I feel for you, just intuitively, it's more saying it's time to open up. We even see that here, going up to the King of Cups. I feel like the King of Cups does not have to be love. I feel like it could be something that you do love, right? He's sitting in the middle of the ocean. He has very deep emotions. You have this heart card as well, which could just be something that you love. But it's almost like this part is saying, you need to open up to love. And it doesn't have to be a person. Like I said, this could be like a business that you will love. It could be something that you're working on that you will love. But it's almost like you're saying, I have too many responsibilities. I can't open up to this. Even here, 7 of wands, very guarded energy on the 7 of wands. So, I really feel like the second you get started, even if it's a tiny little step, is the second you will, that the energy opens up and you will kind of be set free. You have this next in your present position. You have this orphaned card and this chopwood card. Again, the orphaned card could literally say you've been left out in the cold, but I just feel more that it's like your heart is yearning for something in life. Your heart is desiring to have some sort of success or happiness or abundance. And, that's kind of like what I feel is going on here, is that your heart is kind of wanting you to get to work on something with that chopwood card. That chopwood card is just about getting busy, getting down to business, getting to work, making something happen. So that's what I feel here. You have the Temperance card, the 10 of wands, and the 6 of wands. Again, the Temperance card is a good card, but you can see that it's a card of alchemy. This right here is the path to glory, and it's like the path to that crown. And the Temperance angel is trying to turn water into wine here. It's like mixing water back and forth between those two cups. So I feel for a lot of you, again, you could be trying to make conditions perfect, but you could just get right onto that path right here. You don't have to wait for things to change, right? You can kind of just get started, and then the change will happen. And really, that's quite simply what this reading is saying. You have the 10 of wands. There's no doubt about it. I feel like you have a lot of responsibilities and, things that you need to do. But again, I think if you could just carve out little bits of time to get to work on whatever this King of Cups thing is, again, it's whatever your heart is telling you it is, then you'll probably be very, very successful, much faster than you think. You have the 6 of wands here. 6 of wands is a card of a success. There's also this white horse here, and the white horses in the tarot can represent assistance. They can represent something that enters into your life to help guide you or to help carry you forward. So I do feel that there could be assistance here. But let's see. And also, by the way, he has this wreath right here. And it kind of looks like the wreath that's around the world. So it's like you are carrying some sort of accomplishment, or you're about to have an accomplishment is what this reading is saying to me. Let's see. With the Temperance card, you have the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely I think teamwork would be very beneficial. So if you are working on something or need to work on something, then you probably could get help from people in your life, or there's probably a lot of people who want to help you. So I would open up to help or assistance, and, I think that will probably set you free. With the 10 of wands, you have the Ace of wands here. Interestingly enough, too, you have the King of wands. The King of wands, he is holding on to one wand. He is, kind of making one thing happen. And so I feel for a lot of you that this could be a focus on, one thing. The Ace of Wands is something that you're very passionate about. And again, obviously, if your heart is telling you to do something, then you're going to be very passionate about it. But also going from 10 wands to 1 wand, it's like you could be making your life a lot easier here, which is what this kind of looks like to me. It looks like to me there's an opportunity here for you to make your life a lot easier. So I would do it. With the 6 of wands, you have the 4 of swords, card of recovery, card of healing. And also, there's always a person who's like praying on the 4 swords. That guy, he's like praying for blessings. And so I feel you have been, it's like the universe has heard your prayer. I think the universe has heard you asking for certain blessings or whatever. Next, in the future position, the near future, you have this card that says change and purity on it. You have this heart card. It says love, new love. So could literally be love, as in a person, someone very pure. It could also just be you needing to kind of focus on your pure intentions, like the things that you want to create in your life, what your heart is telling you to do. It is, this over here is a card of change. And we see that with the death card, the whole first row And then the Temperance card are all cards of change. You have the King of Cups here, and again, I do feel this could be a person who's coming in for you if you want love. But for the most part, he's sitting in the middle of the ocean, and I think that, deep down inside, there's something that you want to accomplish, or there's something that you want to do with your life. And, I feel like you need to dig deep and really, explore those depths of your soul and what your heart is telling you to do. Again, there seems to be some sort of blockage, which I am looking at as like a requirement or something, like you're telling the universe, no, I will go have love when I make money, or I'll go have love when I, do X, Y, Z, right? So, or I'll go start this business when I have this. So, I feel like this is saying don't put requirements on the universe that don't need to exist. You have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It's a card of knowing that that something will be successful. He believes something very, very deeply, and that's why he's defending his position at the top of the hill here. So great time to, focus on your desires. You have the Queen of Swords. I do feel really, really good about the Queen of Swords in your reading. Personally, I do like the Queen of Swords. I mean, she is a card of transformation. She has a butterfly right here, right on her throne, which can represent like a change or a metamorphosis, right? But she also sees things clearly for the first time. She only has clouds halfway up her body on this card. So I really feel for a lot of you that you are, again, seeing things very, very clearly, or you're seeing the changes that you need to make. I almost get this sense of like a energetic doorway that's opening up for you as well. Because remember what I was saying about like certain requirements being met? It's almost as if, it's almost as if you don't realize that you could have something right now, because you've met the requirements. It's like, I wish I had a good example, but it's like sometimes, I don't know, I talk to a lot of business people because of what I do outside of doing tarot, and so many times I'll be, I always use this example, but it always cracks me up because I'll like be talking to, someone who owns a company who's been very successful, and they all have the same fear. They all fear that if they start something new, or if they let go of that business, that it's going to take them forever to build a new one. But it's not. It's like they have like 20, let's say they have 20 years of experience, right? They're always able to build something 10 times faster, 100 times faster. And that's like what I see here. It's like maybe you're worrying that if you start something new, it's going to take all this time or whatever, but it's like you're discounting all the experiences you've had up until this point. It's like you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from a place of knowledge, wisdom, everything that you've learned. And I think you need to realize that, especially if you're starting something new. With the King of Cups, here you go. You have the Empress. This is a very attractive person. So you could be, I feel like you two are attractive together. Let's put it that way. Maybe you both make each other look better, right? But something's going on here. Definitely a lot of attraction. I'm also getting birth popping into my head. Some of you, literally, this could be the birth of a child. For others, I feel this is the birth of something very abundant. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Three of Swords. Yeah, I would be careful of being too guarded. I almost don't think this is you, if I'm being honest. Going this way, I almost feel that you could be attracting multiple people here, and I would be careful if one of the people, if maybe you like one person or whatever, and they're not open. Like if they don't open up, I would almost be careful of that, because this is like someone who still needs to heal, or who still needs to take some time to heal. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Six of Wands. Definitely success. You have the Six of Wands twice. This right here is the answer to success for you if you want to be more successful in any area of your life this week. You have Six of Wands twice. Like, are you kidding? And the Eight of Wands and the World as well. So I feel in a lot of ways that kind of focusing on your fulfillment is going to be very important with the Eight of Cups, but that's pretty simple. Next, in your outcome position, you have the Starfish card. It says, trust your instincts, follow your intuition. Yes. You have the Sea Sponge. It says, energetic absorption. King of Cups is definitely, has very deep emotions. He can be very empathic. So definitely one of those weeks where you need to trust your intuition, how you feel about things as well. And I also feel your emotions could be kind of shaping your reality. You have that abundance card here, and this card kind of reminds me of the Magician, because the Magician has like pinkish flowers, or I don't know, who knows, I don't know what color they are, pinkish, reddish, white, right, in front of the Magician, and he's pointing down to the ground, which he is grounding something in reality. But he is also, the flowers on the Magician represent the fact that he knows that the best way to attract something into the world is through joy, happiness, love, in having those feelings. That's what those flowers represent. So, again, definitely a week for you to trust your, kind of follow your bliss, right? You have the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. The the Queen of Pentacles is about resourcefulness. You could be attracting a Capricorn into your life as well. But I also feel, I don't know, I have the word fleetness popping into my head. Something is like moving quickly into your life. This could be an increase in your abundance or something along those lines. We have the Empress here, so if you're hoping to make more money, definitely looks really good. You have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, being courageous, really going for what you want. And again, remember what I was saying about those requirements. It's almost as if, if you have a bucket, and it's almost like you just need one more drop of water. Like one more drop is all you need to, fill that bucket up with the universe, and then the universe is going to reward you. So it's like you're becoming a 10 here, is how I feel about this reading, Cancer. I feel like you're stepping into this. It's your energy is adding up to a number in my head. And, because of that, that's what the requirement with the universe is. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. It doesn't even make sense to me, but I don't know. It's just what's popping into my head. So there you go. You have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is walking away from things that no longer serve you. So I feel in a lot of ways, that you could be kind of walking away from things that no longer serve you, which is also, that could also help your bucket, because if you're wasting energy on, and your bucket is leaking because you're wasting energy on things that no longer serve you, then, obviously that's not a good thing. Let's see where this is going. With the Queen of Pentacles here, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is about kind of getting to work. He is really a card of not making any moves. He's the only knight in the tarot that is not moving. So in a lot of ways, I feel you have to take action on whatever it is that you want in your life, and you have to get moving. I do feel progress here, though. Again, I was getting this word like fleetness or something on the Queen of Pentacles. So it's like things are moving forward very quickly, or will be moving forward quickly for you. With the King of Wands, you have the Devil. I'm telling you right now, I would be careful of this person right here. It's almost like I said at the beginning of the reading. If you want love, there are like two people at least that are interested. Again, you could just be very attractive at this time, Cancer, right? But I feel like there are multiple people who are interested in you. And I would be careful of someone who is still closed off. Again, I feel like this person, they probably play games. It'll probably be obvious. Maybe they don't text you back right away. Maybe they don't text you till the next day, like playing the texting game and all that other stuff. Like, I feel like there's games going on there. I would be careful of it. They might be very attractive, King of Wands, but again, they could also be a jerk. So I would be careful of that. It could also just be a Capricorn, though, that's coming in for you. You have a couple of Capricorn cards here. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Strength card. You've been very patient. I feel like you've patiently waited for changes and for, kind of like better days to come into your life. And now I feel like you're being rewarded for your strength. Again, the Eight of Cups requires strength because he is walking into darkness. He is, he is kind of like walking away from something that just isn't perfect, but there's still 8 cups there, right? He's walking into darkness, hoping that he finds his 9 of Cups. So, for a lot of you, I feel like you are in a time where it does require a lot of strength. Let's see. I'm pulling 5 main themes now. You have this health card. Yeah, great time to focus on your health. So, I would just say anything you can do to improve your health, good idea. You have this exaltation card. Yeah, I love this. This is like something that is divinely guided into your life. And, I feel that there could be something very abundant that's divinely guided into your life at this time. I would focus on teamwork. It's almost like the teamwork, though, here could be the universe as well. You could be working together with that 3 of Pentacles. You could be working with your spirit team or getting messages at this time. Let's see. You have this Enterprise card. Yes, definitely very good for business or career. I do feel like there's something you have to do, though, in work or business if you're trying to improve your work or business. Not in like a bad way, but, it's all, almost like, I would look at what you offer, right? And I would say, like, are you getting enough for what you offer for your business? And what are you afraid of? Like, are you afraid of charging more money? Are you afraid that you charge too much money? That you can't provide enough value? But really, I feel these are just, money blocks is what I would say. It seems to be a time of money blocks, by the way. So, I think it's a great time to work on money blocks and to work on those, anything that you feel could be holding you back there. You have this decisions card, so I do feel like there is a choice to be made between possibly 2 people. Again, I would pick the more open person. It's like one person here if you're trying to pick between two people, one person is clearly more abundant, is clearly more, I think they have a lot more to offer, And so don't get tricked. It's almost like, I hate saying this is a test from the universe. I don't think it's really a test from the universe, but, it's almost like this is what happens to this person here. They get into relationships, and then people always regret leaving them later. It's like you could be having that type of person coming into your life where it's like people are almost blind to who this person is. But it's like that's how the universe has it set up, because the universe wants to make sure that this person gets with a good person. This could also be you, Cancer. It's like maybe the universe does this to you with people. It's like that people are blind to who you are until like after, and it's to protect you. And finally, you have this generosity card. Yeah, I feel like one person will be far more generous as well if you're looking for love. On top of that, I definitely feel that the universe is being more generous with you at this time, because it's like you're getting more abundance in this reading, or something along those lines. We see the abundance card coming up in the first position. But I like where this is going, Cancer. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.